Prosecutors describe a man on trial for the murders of his teenage daughters as controlling and possessive. They say he killed them because they disgraced his family by dating outside of their Muslim faith. Good evening, I'm Clarice Tinsley. Yaser Said, a former fugitive on the FBI's most wanted list, faces an automatic life sentence if convicted of the 2008 murders. In court today, the jury was read an email written by one of the girls describing how they feared their father would one day kill them. Fox 4's Peyton Yager has much more on day one of testimony in the capital murder trial. Peyton.
Clarice, this afternoon, the girls' boyfriends at the time took the stand, and the boyfriends talked about this plan. The girls and their mother and the girl's boyfriend, they all were going to go to Oklahoma and escape Said. They were terrified of him, according to the boyfriends. The group they ultimately decided to come back to North Texas, and then 24 hours after they decided to come back, the two teenage girls were found shot to death. Yaser Said pleaded not guilty to murdering his two teenage daughters in a taxi cab New Year's Day, 2008, outside an Irving motel. Brought to trial after his capture in 2020 and after 12 years as a fugitive, 6 on the FBI's most wanted list. Said heard multiple witnesses detail the days leading up to the deaths of 18-year-old Amina Said and 17-year-old Yaser Said. A 911 call is expected to be played during the trial of Yaser Said's dying words identifying her father as the one who shot her. During opening statements, Dallas County prosecutors told jurors this case is about the control the girl's father had on the household.
He controlled what they did, who they talked to, who they could be friends with.
The defense saying the state is trying to convict Said for being a Muslim post September 11th with no eyewitnesses at the scene.
It was wrong in 2001 and the years after that for our government to generalize and criminalize an entire culture to fit their objectives and to fit their narratives.
Emotions ran high from the start as the teenager's aunt identified their autopsy photos. Connie Maggio remembers the final conversation she had with her niece Amina. Testimony laid out how Amina, her sister, their mother, and the teens' boyfriends had just returned to North Texas from Oklahoma. All 5 left Louisville for Tulsa. But days before the teens were killed, their mother made a decision to come back home. Maggio says Amina was furious about returning.
She said that her mom was wanting her to come back home. She didn't want to go back home. She'd rather be dead than to ever go back there.
The girls' high school AP teacher Renee Hopkins testified she received an email from Amina 10 days before the murders outlining a plan to run away from their father to Oklahoma. A portion of the letter was read out loud by the prosecution.
I know that he will search until he finds us, and he will, without any drama or doubt, kill us.
The teens' boyfriends at the time both took the stand describing their relationships with the girls that were secret, they said, for their safety. Prosecutors say Said, who is Muslim, was angry his daughters were dating non-Muslim boys and took both of their lives in honor killings. Eric Panamio was dating Yaser Said.
She always thought something would happen. She made me promise multiple times that anything ever did happen to her, that I would keep going.
She was fearful that she would be killed, correct?
Yes.
Panamio told the jury he chose to go to Oklahoma after Amina revealed her dad threatened her with a gun. But Panamio says after 4 days in Oklahoma, the girl's mother, Patricia, said it was time to go home.
Sarah kind of wanted to try to fix things, and Patricia convinced us all to go back thinking that it would be safe.
The final person to testify Tuesday was Edgar Ruiz, Amina's boyfriend at the time, who also was part of the Oklahoma trip. Once back in Louisville, Ruiz says he and his parents tried to convince the girl's mother, Patricia, to not go back to Said. But Patricia didn't listen. Ruiz says Amina's last words to him were, "You will never see me again."
Do you think that's because she's telling you y'all were breaking up? Or
No.
why is she telling you that?
Because she knew she was gonna die.
Edgar Ruiz, who you just heard from, Amina's boyfriend, testified that he and his father saw Said driving a taxi cab with his 2 daughters shortly before the shooting. So they followed him, but they eventually stopped. Said faces an automatic life sentence if convicted, and day 2 of the trial will start tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.